Hey Flosstube, I am Amy. I love toads and cross stitch. I'm gonna try to do a Flosstube today. It has been a long time. I think it's been since the beginning of December that I did an update. I did do a whip parade, but I haven't updated since the beginning of December. Lots of anxiety going on, so we're gonna try to get through this. Whip Go numbers are being called tomorrow. So I want to show you everything before that happens. And because I did work on both my Whip Go draws for January, and I want to put this stuff away. Like, I've got stuff laid out to show you, and it's driving me crazy that I can't put it away. So I need to do this Flosstube. I've got dogs on the couch here. My son is home, so we'll try to get this done without any interruptions. And the sun is probably going down in an hour. This is not going to be an hour though. Let's see, this is Flosstube 102, and let's get started. I'm going to show you a finish first, and it is a Whip Go draw for January, and I went ahead and just finished it. And it is my emo birds from Lindy Stitches, and I love how it turned out. So, but let me tell you some stuff first. This bird right here, I had my husband flip him on the computer for me. He took my pattern and flipped it. I guess mirrored it. And so he's facing this way. And then I moved that candelabra over here. Took this one out and didn't do the words. I did use the called for fabric, and I did use all the called for threads. And I stitched it 1/2, and it is 32 count. It is a seraphim. Hold on, let me see what it's called, because it's really pretty. It's Finian. It's called Finian from Seraphim, and it is a 32 count. And I like how they don't look like they're all standing. I mean, they are in a row, but they're more spread out a little, and they don't look all organized. So I think I'm gonna put him on just like a little piece of foam board and put some backing on it, and then set them up on this shelf with my other vultures for the fall Halloween season, like September, October, November. But didn't it turn out great? I did use the whisper, and I fluffed it up. So the white, this white on their legs and on their neck is a whisper thread, and I fluffed it up with the toothbrush I used to clean with. It's clean, it's clean. So yeah, I love it. I love how it turned out. So Whip Go, check. One of them. I did work on another one. I'll show you in a minute. So let's go. Let me do my full coverage real quick. I've been working on my Omar Rayan is the artist. It's called The Favorite, and charted by Heaven and Earth, as you can probably see right across. And you know, we lost our Nellie in December, so I have been itching just to work on this because it reminds me of her, because I started it because of her, and it's just going to be her. I'm going to put a before in. So I don't think I had her hand, and you can just see all this coming in. I've got some more of her dress done. My husband and I went to a thrift store the other day, and I think I saw a cute frame. I just need to pull her out and measure about how far I'm going to go down and across and go back, and hopefully the frame is still there. Actually, I probably just need to measure it and put the measurements in my purse. And so when I'm in a thrift store and I find a cute frame, I have the measurements already. But there she is, and I'm loving it. We're missing Nellie so much, so much. So February is full coverage February. That's hosted by Colette, the Highway Stitcher. And she's going to be doing like little questions and giveaways. And so if you have full coverages to stitch, go over to her Flosstube, and I'll link her down below, and she'll explain about the full coverage February. So my full coverages are going to get a lot of work in February, and I'm probably going to be concentrating on the favorite a lot. I think I'm only going to pick 3 of my full coverages because I have 6. And I don't think I can get a lot done. I want to get a lot done on a little of them instead of just a little bit done on a lot of them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Also, my husband cut my hair last night. So can you tell? I think he cut like 8 inches off. I told him I was getting sick of it. It was too heavy. It was driving me crazy. He said, "You want me to cut it?" And I said, "Yes." So he cut it for me. Okay. I did work a teeny tiny bit on this Humming of the Bees. Not a lot. It's by Blackbird Designs. It is my next brick house sampler. My brick houses, I put them up there so y'all could see them. Brick house samplers are my favorite. Oh, okay. And I started at the bottom because I didn't want to stitch these alphabets, and I didn't know if I was just going to crop it, cut the top off. But I think I might put a couple words to one of my favorite songs, maybe by Elton John, James Taylor. I'm going to try to maybe chart something up there with a couple words from a song. This is, oh, what is this? Hold on. It's Picture This Plus, Fawn. It's Fawn by Picture This Plus. And I am not very far, but I do have a bee skep now and the start of that little basket. And I don't think I had those before last time. I feel like I showed this on my December video. I know I showed it on my whip parade. But I'll be putting before pictures in over my face. And I will be putting back as I go and throwing them in my little basket. I'm doing that with all the called for colors. I hear something. I don't know if it's a delivery person outside. Okay, this is another sampler that I'm working on. My next sampler, Eliza Bell Cox, 1832. I'll bring her in even though the light, you can see I drew a line here and here. So I'm not stitching this and I'm not stitching this. I don't know if I have room, I'm going to stitch these flowers and these flowers, but I'm stitching these words because they're really cool. The bird and the Eliza Bell Cox and her date and all that. Let me see what I'm stitching this on. This is a 40 count. I can read that without my glasses. Espresso by R&R. And the bird is completely done now. And these leaves over here are done. And I started more words and I started more, you'll see the before. You'll be able to compare it to the before. His little eye is over one, and that little moth butterfly, his little antennas and legs are over one. The words are over one, and this is 40 counts, so I am doing my over one in a tent stitch or a continental stitch. I'm not sure really what the difference is or what it's really supposed to be called. It's a half cross. It's not a full cross. Okay, here is my grandson's stocking. I stitch stockings, or I stitch my stockings on Sundays. And let me see. This is a Stony Creek, Best of Stony Creek Stockings 1. And I'm doing this one for my grandson, who just turned 4 months old. I haven't worked on this the last couple Sundays because of anxiety. Something's always happening on Sunday. Like my daughter's birthday party was this Sunday because she just turned 29. This is Asher's mommy. And we were going to a restaurant I had never been before and seen people that I hadn't seen before. And I was just very, very nervous about the whole thing. So Sunday I was shot. Okay, sorry about that. That was my son. He came down the stairs. He's going for a bike ride. It is 68 degrees Fahrenheit outside today. Oh, did I tell you what the date was? Today is January 24th. So anyway, yeah, a lot of anxiety on Sundays for some reason, and I can't stitch when I have anxiety. I just veg on the couch and chill and watch comedy shows. So anyway, okay, you'll be able to see where I was. You know, I worked in that little teddy bear down there, and he is coming out really good. And am I gonna have enough room? I don't know. I think we're going to be butting up like right here, but as long as I have this selvage right here, I'll be able to make it into a stocking because I only need like 1/4 of an inch to make that a stocking. It'll be fine. So doesn't it look so good? I still have not decided whose stocking I'm going to stitch next, except I think I am going to pull my husband's out because I had started his and then we found out Asher was coming, so I put his away. I might pull his out for a couple Sundays and work on his, and then either work on my son-in-law's or my son's girlfriend's. We'll see. Okay, I worked on this one a little bit. This is Cottage Garden Samplings Simplicity. And I'm stitching this with Lisa. I changed that house right there to a toad out of another cross stitch book. I did not chart that toad myself. I do not have that capability. I can plug stuff in that's already charted, but I don't think I could chart myself. Okay, so this is Vintage Country Mocha 40 count 1/2. Oh, here, I'll pull back and you can see where I was. So that whole stem, and I started the other daisy flower up there. And I love this piece. And what made me want to pull this out is I saw that Cottage Garden Samplings is coming out with a new bird pattern the beginning of February. So like next week. What's it called? A Symphony of Friendship. Yeah, Colette and I were texting and we're going to start it together on the 29th. So if you would like to sell that with us and start on the 29th, get your supplies ready. It is so beautiful. So I was like, okay, I already have a Cottage Garden. Let me stitch on that a little while because I'll be starting that new one here soon. This one I tried to pull out once. What was that? Oh, that was a piece of cross stitch. This one I tried to pull out once a month. I started this with Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher. It is a Design Works. It's called Woodland Castle, and I am up here in this corner. So here is the whole thing. And I don't get very far because it's a lot. It's confetti and a lot of color changing and a lot of back stitch. But when I'm stitching on it, I love it. And I love what it's looking like. And I love where I'm getting. And I'm using the Ada that came with it and the floss that came with it. And I'm not sure what you're gonna be able to tell, like where I got, because I don't remember. It was January, I think 2nd that I worked on this, and now today's the 25th, so I have no clue. I just know I worked on it. You might be able to hear my dog snoring. I pulled out my Moth for a little while. Let's see, BR's Moth by Kathy Barrick. I changed the colors. So this is an Atlas Moth, and she, in Not Dead, in the real world, she is more like a red, orangey red rust, I don't know. And I wanted my colors to be more red rust. So this that I'm stitching her on, or he, is Creek Bed Brown by R&R, 36 count. I'm doing it 1/2. And this wing is done now, and I'm concentrating on that wing up there. So yeah, love what she's looking like. This one takes a little more brain power because I'm changing the colors. But in real life, this right here, her little wing up here is supposed to look like a snake head, the side of a snake head. So it's really cool. If you Google the Atlas Moth, you'll be able to tell. Let's see if we can tell right here. So like, that's the eye. I am almost done with this one. I think 1, maybe 2 more times working on it, I will be done. This is my grandson's birth sampler, birth announcement. Dragon with a book. And all I have left to do is this bottom right here, and some back stitching in the tail, and so like back stitching from here down and this bottom. So really the sun is going behind a cloud. All the crosses in the dragon are done. And this, what is this? This is one of my favorites, and do I have the tag? No. Hold on. I will hold it back up, I promise. It's Atomic Ranch. It's Weathered Stone, 28 count. And I am stitching it 2/2 because it does have blends. And I wanted it to be bigger. I didn't want it to be tiny. So just I need to back stitch that tail and his belly, finish the grass, and then I need to pull out my book and chart his name, birth date, weight, height. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. So he's almost done. I probably need to measure him too. Well, I probably can't measure him until I put because I don't know where I'm putting his name. And I don't know how big I'm making the letters, so. But then I'll measure him, and I will try to find a frame at the thrift store. Okay. This is a finish for now. It is called 12 Northern Days of Christmas. It's by X's and O's. And I finished I finished 5. I finished 5 golden rings. Stitching them all together. And let me show you a better picture. So I have the artwork in this book. And here is a bigger picture of what the otters look like with their golden rings. And I think this is called Alabaster. It's a 40 count and I'm doing it 1/2. So there are my otters and they're holding their little rings. And I started on the block 6, but I'll pull it back a little. Okay, next is my other Whip Go call. It's Wise Owl by Dimensions. I don't think it's a gold. No, it's not a gold. It's just a Dimensions. I cut that much off, so I'm only stitching that. Using the floss, changed out the fabric to Tyco 36 count, and I only worked in this background area right here. That's all I could take. But I did work on it. And she's on my Whip Go board again. So it'll come back out again and I'll work on it again. Slowly. She will get done slowly. She looks good in the camera. I mean, she looks good in person too, but I don't know why I don't like working on it. Not giving up on her though. We're gonna get her done. I worked a tiny bit on this. For my Festive Friday, I mostly concentrated on my 12 Northern Days of Christmas, but I did work on my Luca S a little bit. This is the Christmas Deer, and Luca S gifted me this pattern to try out, and I will be getting more Luca S kits someday. I'm using the fabric and the floss, and I concentrated on this. I'm trying to work over, so it was mostly background. So it's really nothing to see. It's nothing exciting to see. Can you even see it? Like my sun went down, so. And I had really good sun earlier, so I didn't even pull my light out. What's that thing called? The ring. I didn't pull the ring light out because the sun was all nice out there, but so I'm sure I put a before in, but so you'll be able to tell. But I did work on it like 2 days, so I wanted to show it. Okay, last one that I worked on is the sow, the Octa Ox sow, birdhouse sow. By Jardin Pervet. And I did the January birdhouse. I might need to go get my ring light. Or maybe I can, maybe I can turn that light on. Hold on, let me go turn some lights on. Okay, It's been like 10 minutes and I have no clue where I was. I think I was showing you this. So yeah, I only stitched on this a couple days and just worked on just background. So it's nothing wonderful to see, but it's progress. And then the last one is the Octa Oxow. Oh, it's by Jardin Privé. And I stitched the little January birdhouse. This is on Weeks Dye Works beige, and I'm not liking it. Usually, I really don't care what I stitch on. I do not like this fabric. It is awful. I'm having a hard time with it. So there's my January birdhouse. Here's the whole thing. Here, I'll show you up close. There we go. It's very gauzy and it just, I miss stitches. I don't like it. I don't know what to do. Do I start over? Do I UFO it? Do I keep going? I don't know. We'll think about it. Okay. I have Christmas gifts from my husband that I picked, but he bought. So like I have a wish list. I put them in the cart and I say, that's what I want for Christmas. And he goes and buys them. Easy peasy. Okay. So I got these for Christmas. I'm stitching this one. Let's see, with Elisa from eCrafting in Colorado. Whenever she starts it, she's going to start it sometime this year, and I'm going to start it with her. It is called Winter Housing, and I'm stitching it like that without the words. Isn't it cute? So yeah, there's a bigger picture, but take the words out. And I'm going to use that fabric because it's blue and I like it. And it'll soften up. I've been wanting this one for a while. It's been in my wish list. I'm just so scared that these are going to go out of print and then I can't get it. And it's called Butterfly and Daisies, but I swear those are echinaceas. But whatever. And that's what my backyard looks like. I have those flowers in my backyard. And look how beautiful that fabric is. So I'll be using the fabric for this one. Okay, I got another stocking. Dimension, these are all dimensions so far. This one is called Magical Christmas Stocking. And you know, if my kids have more kids, then this will be for the family. And this one's so cute. I might end up stitching this one for Hannah though, because Hannah loves foxes. So we'll see. I'll ask my son about it. Okay, this one I've been eyeballing, and I believe it's brand new from Tia Governor. And her birthday happened to be like in November, like late November, early December, something. And her website, they were having a sale. And so I grabbed it and said, you know, this is my Christmas, babe. It's called Caterpillars and Butterflies. It's a kit. I'm trying to look and see anything else. I don't know. I don't know if I want to stitch it on the black. I sort of want to do it on a tan. But it's incredible. I think it's a new pattern of hers. I could be lying. I don't know. I just hadn't seen it before, and then I saw it, and then there was a big sale on her website, so I grabbed it. So yeah, caterpillars and butterflies. So that is my haul. They're all kits, and they were all Christmas. Okay, I do have some Stitchy kindness. Natalie, my girlfriend, Home Sweet Home Handmade, gave me a Christmas gift, this little robin kit from Bothy Threads. I love their cardboard paper. I don't like this plastic stuff. Okay, then I won a giveaway on a Flosstube, and I cannot remember the Flosstuber's name. I'm so sorry. But she was flipping through this, and let me show you. Hold, please. So there was these two turtles. And so I wanted it for the turtles. So I said, me please, and I won. If I can figure out who that Flosstube, it was a lady and her daughter. I'll link them below. And then a lady from Australia named Carrie reached out to me and asked if I would like this pattern. She had got it, I think, from a retreat and wasn't gonna stitch it, but it has a brick house. So she passed it on to me. It is Fox and Rabbit. Let's see, Ann Harper, 1839. Doesn't have an alphabet, and it has a brick house. And birds. So I said, yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Okay, and then I have Christmas cards from December because I haven't been here. So that's from Angie. She finished that. That's her work. Angie Bubmai. This is from Donna Ray and her husband Tom. Not pretty. Stacy, my friend Stacy. And Jen Upton, which I think I just watched your Flosstube yesterday, Jen. Okay, I think that might be it. Let me look in my book. Oh, I got into the Queen City Stitch Retreat. So Colette and I are gonna go together, kind of together. We're gonna meet there. You know, she's across the country. She's like on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. We're gonna meet at the Queen City Stitch Retreat. So I got into that. That's another thing I can tell y'all. I had no new starts. Didn't even really care to start anything. My anxiety's been so high that I just wanted comfort and just stitching on what I already had. I am planning a couple new starts in February though, because my birthday's in February. I'm gonna have a birthday start on the 25th, and Colette and I are going to start the Cottage Garden samplings, that new one with the birds, Symphony of Friendship. We're gonna start that on the 29th, and I might start another needle book. I'm like itching to do another needle book. So I might have like 3 or 4 starts in February, but like December and January, none. So that is it. I will push these together and I will put in before pictures for y'all, and hopefully I will see you the end of February. Okay? Okay, love you guys. Bye.